Hey friends, it's Alina, and in this video we'll be talking about the 5 things you need to know all around this July 2021 new moon in Cancer. So if that's something that interests you, then let's get started. What is up, y'all? How you doing? I hope you are doing well. In this video, we'll be talking all things the July new moon in this water sign of Cancer happening on the 9th, depending on your time zone, and how this time will be very potent for fostering and protecting emotional release if that feels right for you, letting go of and processing things. With this being in the sign of Cancer, a lot of the transit surrounding this new moon, and as always at the end I will provide some customized journaling writing prompts to allow us to align more with the rhythms of this lunar cycle. And with all of that said, let's get started. First things first, why is this new moon so important? As many of you already know, the new moon is seen as a time of fresh starts, new beginnings, and a cosmic reminder that we can start fresh whenever we'd like. And this is generally seen as a time for intention setting, reflecting, and drawing our energy inwards. This is why we oftentimes see new moon rituals, where people write out and get clear on what they would like to create, manifest, and align with for the next lunar cycle ahead, year ahead, or half a year. I'll link a video I made on how I do my new moon rituals, which will be on the screen and in the video description. Now, with this new moon being in Cancer, which is a sign of heightened emotions, protectiveness, and stability, it will be very optimal for us to align our reflections and center it on the themes of this water sign. Now, this can include reflecting on how we find inner balance, how we express our emotions, and how we get grounded. For many of us with new moons, we're looking to manifest outward things, outward manifestations, but it can be very potent to reflect on our inner worlds and how our state of mind, our outlook, our energy levels will dictate what comes next and how we manifest. And with this Cancer new moon being in the middle of Cancer season, it will feel more intuitive and natural to us to associate the feelings of safety with things like our home life, our family, and the themes around the idea of nesting. Outside of tapping into Netflix or our phones or our electronics, what about your home life and the people in it help ground you? What about it brings comfort to you when your days might get crazy outside? Next, what transits impact this new moon? First, this new moon will be sextiling Uranus, which is the planet of forward thinking and innovation. Now, a sextile is a planetary aspect, or literally a planetary positioning between two planets that suggest ease between those two planets' energies. So this specific sextile points to positive changes surrounding how we innovate within our home, how we actualize things in our sacred spaces. But we also have Venus, the planet of love and relationships, squaring off with Uranus the day before the new moon on July 8th. Now, a squaring aspect, or planetary positioning in astrology, describes tension between the two planets involved. So this squaring between Venus and Uranus will bring energy that involves the testing of relationships, bringing tension into that Venus energy of love and relationships, involving innovation and changes, potential expansion within that space. And with us moving into the fun summer season, many things opening up, at least here in the States, in different parts of the world, thankfully, now can be an optimal time to put yourself out there, especially with this cosmic alignment. And if you needed even more support in your love life right now of putting yourself out there, we will also see Venus in conjunction with Mars in the sign of Leo. So we have Venus, the planet of love and relationship, in conjunction, which is another planetary aspect that shows collaboration between two planets. Doing this with the planet of Mars, this planet of dominance, and really putting yourself out there, going for what you want. So this conjunction definitely suggests and points to more flirty energy, feeling more confident to put yourself out there, and a lot more creativity. Next, what should we expect to feel? First, going back to the themes of this new moon being in the sign of Cancer, the sign involving our home lives, what makes us feel grounded and balanced, being in touch with our emotions, I think that it will be likely for us to feel called to tap into that and question what aspects of our lives are balanced right now. I encourage you to look at this chart, looking at our health from a holistic perspective. There's the social aspects of it, there's the intellectual, the spiritual, and see what areas are doing really well and maybe what other areas you might have even forgotten about in the hustle and bustle of life, being distracted by so many things and stimuli that could be watered. You know, these are different cups that we can water that can overflow to help others as well. So something to consider. Next, how do we harness this energy? Considering the placements of Venus and Uranus right now with Mars, I think that now can be a really great time to put yourself out there. This can look like going on websites like Eventbrite, meetup.com, checking on Facebook and finding like-minded people and what they're up to. This can be completely virtual, especially if you're a busy person. But I highly recommend, if it's safe, if you feel comfortable doing so, maybe bring a friend. Joining some type of group at least once to experience what that collective energy is like when you're around other people who are into the same things as you. This doesn't necessarily have to be involved with wellness. This could be involved with, a hobby, something that you're really into. What's coming to mind is, not Comic-Con, but all of the other gatherings that are involved with comic books and cosplay. There's so many things, sky's the limit. But I think that now can be an ample time for connecting with one another and finding your tribe in a lot of different ways. All right, finally, let's get into these new moon journaling writing prompts. What I'll do is I'll have the question up on the screen. When you see them, I invite you to pause the video, write them out, unpause, and at the end, we'll come back. What area of this wellness wheel do you feel most balanced in? What area do you feel least balanced in? What are your top 3 intentions for this new lunar cycle or for the rest of the year? What do boundaries and protecting your energy look like to you? All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed those writing prompts. Next, I think I will share by answering one of those questions and just to give y'all a little update on things. When it comes to the holistic health wheel, the one that really stood out to me that I'm excited to dive deeper into is the emotional aspect of things. Really caring for my emotional wellness and finding better balance in that area. I know for myself, my emotional connection is so deeply tied to my nutrition. So for example, blood sugar spikes throughout the day, making sure that I'm eating foods with healthy fats, whole grains rather than processed. That way I'm getting steady energy, a steady blood sugar level throughout the day, and how that impacts my emotional and energetic state. And so that's an area of my life, all that to say, that I'm excited to get back into a little bit more. I actually would love to do monthly vlogs on here, just talking about my life in general, but having a segment within that all about nutrition. So whatever topics you want me to talk about, I can share more of and dive into not only what the topic is, but how I apply it into my life so you can see it in action, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes it can be more applicable that way. All of that to say, if you made it to the end of this video, I invite you to comment 3 tree emojis to let me know that you made it to the end. Also, when you comment, you are helping small but growing creators like me continue to grow because you're communicating to the YouTube algorithm that you enjoy content like this, and it is deeply appreciated. If you don't want to comment in an emoji, I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the journal prompts or if you have already been feeling any of this new moon energy. But with that said, I will leave you with my favorite quote, and that is, be gentle with yourself because life is about the journey and not the destination. All right, I'll see you next time. Peace.